Hello everyone. So today we start a new chapter, that is enzyme. So first we see about the classification of enzyme and its specificity we will see in this video. It's a small video only on the classification and specificity. Now the systematic name. According to the International Union of Biochemistry, an enzyme has two parts. The first part is the name of substrate and second part is the reaction catalyzed. For example, like in pyruvate dehydrogenase, the first is pyruvate, that is the name of the substrate, and second is dehydrogenase, that is the dehydrogenation reaction. In the same way in cytochrome oxidase, first is cytochrome, that is a substrate, and oxidation, that's why it is a reaction, is oxidase. And the L amino acid oxidase, in that L amino acid is the substrate and oxidase is a type of oxidation reaction. In phosphofructomutase, fructose phosphate is the substrate and mutase is the epimerization reaction. Now EC number. Enzymes are classified into 6 different groups according to the reaction being catalyzed. The nomenclature was determined by the Enzyme Commission in 1961. Hence, all enzymes are assigned as EC number. The classification does not take into account amino acid sequence, protein structure, chemical mechanism, that all are not included, but EC numbers are 4 digits. For example, A, B, C, D, and A is the class, B is the subclass, C is the subclass, and D is the subclass. So the BC digits which are seen are describe the reaction, while the D digit is used to distinguish between different enzymes of the same function based on the actual substrate. Now we see the example of alcohol dehydrogenase. It has 11127. So the EC number is 1 is because of the first number 1 is the enzyme, that is class, that is oxidoreductase. Second number indicates the enzyme action, that is it acts on CHOH group and which is the hydrogen donor. The third number 1 that indicates the acceptor of NAD, and the fourth number 27 is the serial number of the enzyme in EC111 group. So in this way the enzymes are numbered. Now according to the IUB, International Union of Biochemistry, classification, enzymes are divided into 6 classes. That is, the first with EC number 1 is oxidoreductase, EC number 2 is transferase, EC number 3 is hydrolases, EC number 4 is lyase, and EC number 5 is isomerase, EC number 6 is ligase. So, and we can also remember this all 6 classes by a term OTHLIL, that is the first initial letter, that is OTHLIL, OTHLIL. So we can remember all the 6 classes by name OTHLIL. Now the first is oxidoreductase. So the name indicates that these are the enzymes which are grouped in this class are involved in oxidation reduction reactions. We all know that what is oxidation. It is the addition of oxygen or removal of hydrogen. In the same way, the reverse is reduction, which is addition of hydrogen and removal of oxygen. Now you see the reaction. A is oxidized and B is reduced. They are changed. A is reduced and B is oxidized. So in oxidation reduction reaction, oxidation and reduction takes place, and examples of these reactions are dehydrogenases. All the dehydrogenases like lactate dehydrogenase, pyruvate dehydrogenase, alpha ketoglutarate dehydrogenase, all these enzymes are under dehydrogenase. Then comes the reductases, that is glutathione reductase. For oxidase you can say L amino acid oxidase, D amino acid oxidase. Peroxidases are also coming in this class. They have various peroxides. Oxygenase, we can see there is addition of oxygen molecule. Hydrolases, that is the monooxygenases and OH containing all enzymes. And desaturase, which removes the double bond. All these enzymes, they are responsible for oxidation and reduction reaction, are kept under the first class, that is EC1. Now the second class is transferase. These enzymes are grouped under this, which transfers a group from one substrate to another. Like you can see example kinase, it transfers phosphate. It transfers phosphate they are also known as phosphotransferase. They transfers phosphate from ATP to the substrate. The second is phosphorylase enzyme. They transfer phosphates from one substrate to another. Then we can see aminotransferase. These are the enzymes which transfers amino group. Then transketolase, they transfer keto group. Transaldolase, they transfer aldehyde group. So in this way, these all are kept under transferase enzyme. In the equation you can see A is combined with this X. This X substrate now from A is transferred to B. So now after the reaction in the product, the B becomes linked with X. So they are all involved in the transfer of functional group. Now the third class, that is EC3, they are hydrolases. They all enzymes are grouped under this class, brings hydrolysis. Lysis is the breakdown. Hydro means water. So in presence of water, if a molecule is broken down, then they are hydrolases enzymes. You can see the example like H2O is added, which adds H to the A and B is with OH. This type of compounds are the reaction is known as hydrolysis reaction, and the enzymes are hydrolases. Then example you can see of is esterase, which hydrolyzes ester bond. Phosphatases, which hydrolyze phosphate bond. Phosphodiesterases, which hydrolyze phosphodiester bond. Then nucleases, peptidases, glycosidases, lipase, these are all hydrolases examples. Then the next fourth class is lyases. The difference between hydrolase and lyase, these both are same type of enzymes, which single substrate is divided into two products. But in hydrolases they are in presence of water, but lyases is breakdown, but it is not in presence of water. So they are all that specialized reaction in which we see that addition or removal of water and CO2 such molecules takes place, and a same substrate is divided and gets the product B. Or and examples we can see decarboxylation reactions. The enzyme is decarboxylase. Dehydratase reaction, that is removal of water. Dehydratase reactions, you can see a hydratase reaction where addition of water is there. These are all synthase reactions. These are all coming under lyase. Or other examples you can see, you have seen in glycolysis, that is aldolase. Then fumarase in TCA cycle. Then arginosuccinase in urea. Carbonic anhydrase, cysteine desulfurase, these are all examples of lyase enzyme, that is EC4. Now EC5 isomerases, these are when one form of isomer is converted to its isomeric form, another isomeric form, these are isomerase enzyme. Two types of enzymes comes under this, they are epimerase and mutase. ठीक है, so these are all enzymes which involved in all isomerization reaction. The first is epimerase. Epimerase is the what? The epimeric isoforms are there, then isomerization reactions takes place. Then mutase, it is the rearrangement of phosphate groups or any other groups are changes takes place. These are mutase enzyme. And other examples of isomerase enzyme you can see in T glycolysis, that is phospho phosphomucoisomerase, phosphofructoisomerase, then triose isomerase, then phosphohexose isomerase, glucose epimerase, retinal isomerase, then phosphoglucomutase. These are all the examples of isomerase reactions. Then the sixth is ligases. These are the enzymes which synthesize. They are opposite of lyase enzyme. In lyase, one substrate was broken into two products. Here the two substrates are joined to form a single product. These are all known as ligases enzyme. In this, all the synthetases enzyme, carboxylases enzyme, and also you can say ligases enzymes come under this. The examples of synthetase example, you can see glutathione synthetase, acyl coenzyme A synthetase, then pyruvate carboxylase, then DNA ligases. These are all examples of ligase enzyme. So they are the catalyzes the synthetic reaction. So some synthesis of the first very good example is of TCA cycle, that is citrate synthetase. Now the second topic comes is, that is enzyme specificity. The enzyme specificity is of to 4 times, that is stereospecificity, reaction specificity, substrate specificity, and bond specificity. Some also include this bond specificity in the type of substrate specificity. Now we go with the all 4 types of stereospecificity. Stereo are what? These are the two isomers. These are two isomers, they are known as stereoisomers. So if there is different enzyme for different isomer, like L amino acid for L amino acid there is L amino acid oxidase, whereas for D amino acid the enzyme is D amino acid oxidase. In the same way we see about the D alcohol dehydrogenase, L alcohol dehydrogenase and D alcohol dehydrogenase. Now the other examples are amylase, which act on alpha glycosidic bond, whereas cellulase enzyme, it acts on beta glycosidic bond. So these are isomeric stereo specificity. Then the second is reaction specificity, in which the enzyme shows its specificity on different types of reactions. Like you can see transamination, if a single substrate goes on transamination, then the enzyme is transaminase. If it goes for deamination reaction, the enzyme is deaminase. If it goes on decarboxylation, then the enzyme is decarboxylation. It also shows, we can see the other examples, like if the same substrate, you can see the example of pyruvate. If the pyruvate goes on with the transamination, then it is enzyme. Like you can see acetyl coenzyme A, it in presence of pyruvate dehydrogenase is converted into pyruvate, and this pyruvate, when it carboxylation reaction, when it shows a carboxylation reaction, then it is converted into oxaloacetate in presence of enzyme pyruvate carboxylase. At the same way, when pyruvate is transaminated into alanine, then the enzyme is transaminase. The same way, when the pyruvate is converted into acetyl coenzyme A, then enzyme is pyruvate dehydrogenase. When this pyruvate is converted into lactate, then the enzyme is lactate dehydrogenase. Then we come to the next is bond specificity. This specificity is bond specificity when the enzyme shows a specificity for the bond. Like for glycosidic bond, the enzyme is glycosidase. For peptide bond, the enzyme is peptidase. For diester bond, the enzyme is diestrase. In this way, the enzymes depends on the bond, which type of bond it has. It is broad specificity, broad substrate specificity, in which more than one related substrate is used. Like hexokinase, it acts on glucose also, on galactose also, on fructose also, and mannose also. So all the same relative substrate, they are acted upon by a one enzyme only. So this is known as broad substrate specificity. You can see the example of substrate specificity, that is glucose. Glucokinase, it acts on only glucose and it forms glucose 6 phosphate, whereas fructokinase is there for fructose to form fructose 1 phosphate. So thank you very much.